Hi guys, Dark Aperture here. Is my mic on? Let me check. Just gotta do some prep. Alright, there. All ready? So here, this episode, Just Tech, it's gonna be a rather long one on one single subject. It's gonna be about Alienware, and why I don't really think it's worth it. Okay, let's see. So for this, I'm gonna compare the Alienware computers to the game PC builds it came up with on my website. Right. Okay, so here's the Alienware Roa desktop, which is basically Alienware's tower. Looks pretty nice. Comes up pretty nice, no? Okay. It's pretty much a central desktop thing. Okay. Okay, some guys came to my channel. Tell them I'm recording. It's kinda awkward, but alright. Here we go. That was all about that. So first let's look at the bottom end Alienware Roa. Okay, so this one is $1,400. Okay, let's look at the specs. Okay, it's got an i7 3020 processor, quad core, 10 megabytes of cache. That's pretty good. It's got Windows 7 Home Premium. That's pretty good as well. So we'll say this computer is a budget of $1,300. So of course it's gonna have to go up against my $1,400 build. Let's see, 8 gigabytes of 1600 megas DDR3. Okay, that's interesting. A 1 terabyte hard drive. There's a 1.5 gigabyte GeForce GTX 660. A DVD drive, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Now let's compare it to my builds. So I'll just read up the specs. In fact, we're going down to the $1,200 game PC build. So the CPU. It's an Intel Core i5 3570K. It's not as good as the Alienware one, but it's a gaming computer. Come on. And the CPU core is a Corsair HAI. That's pretty good. The RAM is also 8 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance DDR3 600. The motherboard is an ASRock, whatever, they didn't cover it there, but... And the graphics card. The graphics card. This is where the blow really comes in. This is where Alienware's this point of buying Alienware just plummets out of the place. This build is cheaper, by the way, and if it include the OS, it'd actually still be $100 cheaper. Okay, so this is an HIS Ice Cube Boost Clock Rage G7950 3 gigabyte. Not only is it a faster graphics card, it's also got more twice the memory. And then it's got a pretty similar power supply. It's got 24x CD burner and a Corsair case. Okay. Total 1,190 on my build. Video, my build option, and $100. Yes, almost 2 year playing Star Wars Battlefront 3. That's all good in there. Okay. Now to end with the OS, it's 1,290. So in other words, $1,300. As you could see there, it's $100 less than the Alienware. Yet for gaming, it's just gonna wreck the Alienware. Next up, let's go to the $1,700 Alienware. Thanks to what they put here, I can actually compare it to my build this time, which is a $1,775 build. It does include the OS though, so this is a bit unfair. It's a bit unbalanced this time, but still, as close as I can. Alright, so the CPU is an Intel Core i7 3020 Alienware again. We own that. Windows 7 Home Premium, still 8 gigabytes, 1 terabyte drive still, and dual 1.5 gigabyte GTX 660s, and it's now Blu-ray. Impressive. Okay, now let's go to my build, which again is like $200 more, but still you get the idea. So it's got an i7 3770K, a lot closer this time, and the cooler Corsair H100i. This is better. And RAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM. 16 megabytes of RAM. That's so 1990s. Okay. 16 gigabytes of DDR3 1600. This is 8 gigabytes there. Alienware already just got pwned there. And then there's the motherboard. We'll ignore that. It's still a good board. These SUSE board, especially Sabertooth ones. The really good thing about these is that they cover up all the important stuff. So let's say you drop a screw into your computer while you're upgrading it, the motherboard is not damaged. And then graphics card, the Asus GTX 680. Sure, dual 660s might be in some tests, but this one's 2 gig. These ones are 1.5 gig. And there are also many games outside of this mainstream Battlefield 3, Crisis 3, no, that don't support SOI or Crossfire. So this card, in that case, you'd be getting only one 660 of power here. So in other words, you'd be basically getting what my 660, but with 512 megabytes of less RAM and a slightly faster processor. Okay, that's done. And just for fun, I'm gonna compare it to, I have to compare this also to the $2,000 build. Now this is a bit more fair. Now let's see. i7 3820, 64-bit, 16 gigs. Oh, I also forgot this one has an SSD, so if we cut that price, they're pretty much equal. Alright. And this one does have advantage and has a Blu-ray. Okay. But let's get back to this. i7 4020, 7 premium, 16 gig, 1 terabyte, blah blah. Wait a minute. Is Alienware telling me I have to spend $300 more just to get 8 more gigs of RAM? This is something I've wanted to do for a lot of times in this series. That's right, there's a face problem. You're telling me I have to pay $300 more for pretty much the same system but with more RAM. Seriously, Alienware? Seriously? And there you see my system, it actually, the same things apply, only that it's slightly more even with both 16 gigs RAM. Now finally, $2,499. My system in reality, since it didn't for the same price, didn't cover the US, so it's actually $100 more expensive. Same applies though. Let's see. i7 4930K, nice job, 66 core, really woohoo. Same thing. 2 terabytes, that's an upgrade. And a 2 gigabyte GeForce GTX 680. Ah, finally you have this. You finally have this after making me spend, what was it, like $750 more than, and Blu-ray drive. That's pretty much it. Now let's move on to my build. i7 3770K. Again, Alienware pulled ahead a little in that time, but this is a gaming computer again. You don't need the best processor, but a slightly cruddier graphics card. Corsair H110, best it gets for pre-filled liquid cooling on this end. 16 gigs, blah blah blah. Same motherboard, blah blah blah. But the graphics card will pretty much make Alienware cry. Run home to its mommy here. Because this is a 6 gigabyte GTX Titan in this build. Well, this one merely has a GTX 680. This one also has a 2 terabyte drive, but not some no-name drive. It's a Western Digital Caviar Black, just like the previous ones. A bunch of those other builds had. $190. And the SSD, this Samsung 840 Pro. Not something you see in this Alienware. I was by blah blah blah. And Blu-ray drive, and of course I've seen 650D case. Now what would you rather have? I know it's a little fast here, but would you rather have this system, which has a slightly better processor, but far slower graphics card, or would you rather have the power for the same, like $100 more, have an SSD, a more trustworthy hard drive, easier upgradability, a GTX Titan, and a motherboard that's safe, that's easier to tinker with due to its covered parts. In fact, just for fun, let's go to customize. I've dragged this long enough. Dell long store, okay. So the processor, yes, 4930K. Okay, yes, let's just get the best one. Operating system, yes. Home Premium. No, okay, what the? God dang it! Let me select my graphics card. Okay, here we go. Memory. Let's say 32 gigabytes. What the heck? Okay, so the system does support more. Thanks for telling me, though. It's a nice job. Now let's see. Let's go to the 690. It's a bit faster, and 3 terabyte. Can I get 3 terabyte? Okay, continue customizing. Select the monitor. Oh yeah, there's some monitor parts too, but no, you probably have some other but no, it still come to the same value now. And this is no monitor. Look, already up to 3,000. 24-inch still ultra sharp. 24-inch still ultra sharp. Price spike. It's a nice model, but let's continue. Sound card. It's a SAS creative card. Okay. Blu-ray. Alien. Okay, let's see. Well, let's see. This is pretty much what it's going to be. $3,650 for a system that's like, what, 2% faster in some games that support dual graphics cards? I'd rather not. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. What I think, why I dislike Alienware. The computers are decent quality. They're pretty better than most OEM computers, even better than Dell's, but don't call me a hater in Dell, no, because I have a Dell laptop, and yep, so that's why I don't like Alienware. Again, solid computers, just you can get a computer that's way better for the same price. Oh, also, let's say you want the keyboard and all. Let's say you want the keyboard and all in the same price. You'd still be talking like some pretty good still be talking like around the same ballpark. And we don't even know if they put liquid cooling in there. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have to say. Subscribe to me, Dark Aperture, and peace.